Hey.
Hey!
There we are.
PFC.
Hey. What is up, Angel City? It's your girl Panda here, alongside me, not in the actual room, but via a pseudo Zoom, I guess, is Nina. She is back from Colorado, and we are here to
I
talk
came back
about.
with a sister.
You did. I know. We're going to talk
I
about that here in
did.
just a second. But yes, we are here to recap this Gotham versus ACFC matchup that we had, as well as some news and notes from around the league, and kind of just keep you up to date on what has been going on with us. And yeah, let's just dive into it.
Ooh, wow. Just diving right on in. I'd like everyone to first know I'm keeping my straw handy. It's connected to vodka.
Oh my God.
Amanda's got her cup handy.
Yes.
It's connected to Bailey's.
There might be Bailey's in this coffee, guys. I mean, we kind of need it. I don't know why. So I know why you're a little sleepy today. You've been traveling. You had a lot of exciting things happen over the last week. Tell everybody what you've been doing and how everything went. I haven't really even talked to you about the wedding.
I know.
I was waiting to see you and chat about it, but let's just fill everybody in at the same time.
It was such a whirlwind. So I have a little brother. He's not really that little. He's 2 years younger than me. And on Saturday, oh my God, don't cry, Nina, don't cry.
What?
He married the love of his life, which her
Oh.
name is Catherine. And it was a beautiful wedding ceremony. We had so much fun the entire weekend celebrating them. We were over in Colorado Springs, which is absolutely freaking gorgeous. If I move, I might be there.
Excuse me?
Yeah, no, it's you'll want to be there too. Trust me.
I will probably follow you. I'd much rather go there than the South Bay.
Okay, so also home prices out there. I'm just saying, like, one of our Uber drivers was a realtor. And I was like, oh, what's the average price of a home? And he's like, oh, like a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. You're probably looking at like $415. I'm like,
yeah,
go away.
Literally
like,
how
drop
the rest
me off here.
That's how the rest of the world does operate. We're doing things wrong out here. It's ridiculous. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Here's a garage you can stay in for $700,000.
Yeah. But, it was a beautiful wedding. We had a ton of fun. And then we got to explore Colorado Springs a little bit. I'll tell you guys a little more in the fluff, I guess, about all the cool things there are to do out there if you ever find yourself in Colorado Springs.
Yes, so stick around for the fluff. So we'll give you some more fun stuff. But for those of you that are here, what?
I was going to say, but fortunately, this match was broadcast on Paramount, so I was able to watch.
Oh, so you watched it via Paramount Plus. Now, did you have any issues with it in the beginning?
Just in terms of like loading Paramount in general, that was my only issue. It took like 10 minutes to load it up. So like by the time we finally got it loaded, it was like a few minutes into the game.
Yeah, I know. So I went to the House of Football. If none of you have been there, I highly recommend you go. It's out in Highland Park, and it's amazing. And they do literally everything in their power that they can to make sure that any soccer that's being shown on a given day, you're able to watch it there. And they have 3 private rooms that are also nice to kind of like sneak into if you need to. They have big TVs out in the big area with a bar. Upstairs is where they sell vintage kits. And oh my gosh, like the amount of money that's been spent in there in this household, not so much from myself, but you know the culprit. It's amazing. And they're just so nice and they're just so sweet. And yes, they advertised on their Instagram that they were going to be showing the game. And fortunately for us, they also have Bally's. So we were able to watch it on Bally's, which was cool because when Paramount when he was loading it, he was having issue with it. I'm like, well, it's on Bally's too. So we had, nice. Show everybody, what that's all about. And they had issues, but they pulled up Bally's. And what I really like about watching these games on Bally's is they are ACFC like central. All their advertisements are geared towards Angel City. All the stuff they talk about. I mean, even the broadcast team is very much like, on the side of Angel City. And I like that. They play their Here Comes the Queen song at the beginning, and they show all the things that maybe they've been doing in the community during the commercial breaks or half times or whatever. It's just really cool. So we got to watch it on Bally's at House of Football. And yeah, what a fun time. There was a gentleman there from Pandemonium who was watching it.
Oh,
So we got to
good.
watch there. And there were a couple other people that also have season tickets that were able to watch it with too. So, hey, we had two platforms to watch it on, and I didn't see a whole lot of issues, I think, just in the very beginning. And that's why I asked what your
Mhm.
experience was with Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I think mostly my issues were I was exhausted. Still am pretty tired, but finally home. I got to sleep in today. Took the day off work to try and recover a little bit, but it was an exciting match.
Yes, 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 it was, and I can't wait to recap it. It's a lot of fun things to talk about. Yeah,
Let's start with some news though,
yeah,
because
let's
something else that I really want us to talk about was this amazing post by Sydney LaRue.
yes. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's a trend that's been going around, and it was the whole she or he is a 10, but, and then it goes on to show or say something about them that maybe they do that is either wrong or a little off-putting. So it's like, ugh, they would be a 10 if they didn't do this. And so Sydney LaRue kind of jumped on the whole thing with her on her Instagram, where she said basically, I'm gonna read it to you from her IG. She said he's a 10, but he tells you he can beat you one on one because he used to play soccer in high school.
I
Oh my goodness.
love this so much.
Yes, you have the Instagram. You can pull it up. If you're in your car right now, I highly recommend you head to our YouTube when you get a chance and help peruse through this Instagram. But it's great. I mean, I love these would have made it to the Prem if I hadn't got injured. Hashtag every guy ever.
Oh
Or
my gosh.
what
That's me
position
in elementary. In 2
right,
months, I'll
right?
FIFA. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh. What position did you play? Stopper. Please explain that to everybody, Nina, because I had to ask you. I'm like, stopper. I don't know what that means, but I need to know.
So when we played in AYSO, it wasn't center back. It wasn't like defense. You played stopper, sweeper, or forward, and so it was like not quite a center back.
Just the
Like
stopper, like stick your foot
literally,
out,
like
maybe
your
you'll get
job
it.
was to stop the attack. You were the stopper.
You were the stopper. That's cute. I like that. But the whole point of this post was obviously her being like, I'm sure people have said those things to her, or she wouldn't have said that. And I can only imagine what that feels like as a professional women's footballer for guys to be like, well, yeah, had I played beyond, high school, it could totally take you one on
I
one.
would
Or
have,
I
but I got
can
injured.
because like, come on, guys. Like, don't devalue the talent that these ladies have. These girls are
Get
good,
out.
and come on.
Just
Let's not go
get
there.
out.
So she totally called him out, and I'm here for it. We got Cecilman got in on the action too, who just said had a whole bunch of laughing emojis with every guy here, like pretty much probably laughing at all of the comments. But check it
Oh
out
yeah.
on her Instagram. It's quite the sight to behold, and good on her for having fun right now, considering she's probably not feeling the greatest, considering she's got
Yeah.
her injury. But we'll see. I saw her on a bike, she's like on a stationary bike exercising. So
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Again, we've never been given the full scope of her injury, whether it's, bone, tendon, muscle, ligament related. I don't know. But the fact that she, is able to move it is a good thing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll just wait and see if we can find anything else. We'll keep stalking the gram and see if we can get some little tidbits of information.
Yeah. Speaking of stalking the gram, there's some exciting call ups happening right now. If we head on over to the Angel City Instagram page, you
Yes,
can
yes,
see
yes.
here we got some call ups. We got some
Oh,
call ups. Allie
oh,
Riley called up. Allison Swaby called up. Claire Emsley called up. And Almuth Schultz all called up
man, I
today.
mean, that's got to say something about our team. I mean, the fact that we have this level of player on our team that they are going to go and represent their national team. Yes, we have the talent. It is there. And I'm so excited for these women to be able to go out there and do this on the big stage. I think this is all
Mhm.
going to happen. Is it in September? I think whenever they'll be able to go and play. So hopefully we get some good games and some good wins under our belt while we have them. Do you know if they're going to be missing any games during that time? I mean, I know we have a lot of games in September, so
I think it's safe to assume that they will probably end up missing games, which is dangerous in my mind because this September schedule, which is 2 days from now. I don't know who did that. Pretty sure
Really?
it's still January in my mind.
January, man, right? I mean, this is crazy, the fact that it's almost September. So, but yes, remember we had that rescheduled game earlier in the season that was plopped right in the middle of a bunch of September matches. So we were already going to have an issue. So I really, really, really hope that this doesn't happen during all of that, because the last thing we need is for our girls to just be tired or get injured. We need every point that we can get. And yeah, I mean, good for them. I love that for them. But I also, I mean, we saw what happened to Vanessa Gilles, went and represented her national team, which is amazing. But they sent her back
ran her into the ground.
Right? It's like they took her out like joyriding through a forest, and we're like, well, here's your car back. Sorry,
gas it.
Sorry for the dents and flat tires, but hey, at least you got it back. So, anyways, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that's not the case, and that we are able to at least secure.
I have something else to tell you. God, so much stuff has happened. My dad's car was stolen.
I mean, I know that.
Oh, I did tell you that. They found it.
No, JR told me that.
Oh, okay, they found it.
They found it?
Yeah, speaking of like cars and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's breaking news, because the last I heard was in 15 seconds, 3 people rolled up and stole your dad's car and took off. Like,
absolutely
crazy.
Insane. Like, so quick. We got the whole thing on video, but the police have found the car. Kind of similar to how Vanessa Gilles was returned to us. Totally stripped, no engine, no parts really left.
Is it better that they found it, like when it comes to insurance and stuff like that?
It's better because we don't have to wait.
You can just go ahead and start the process.
We already released it to the insurance company and it's in process.
So. How are your parents? Are they okay? I know that was one thing they just did not need to think about while they're at their son's wedding. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, they found it. So it was stolen on Wednesday morning. The wedding was Saturday, obviously. It was found Thursday night. So it was very quick.
So at least they were able to go into the wedding like with a little bit of a relief, knowing that, we'll deal with this when we get home. It's one less thing to have to worry about.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. But still, all right, sorry for the tangent to everyone, but
I mean, no,
I for my dad.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, that was crazy. I mean, I'm glad it's just a car and no one was hurt. But anyways, moving on to news. Let's talk about this. NWSL opens its first ever free agency period.
Yes.
Super cool. So under its collective
like a whole professional league.
I know, it's like we're all grown up now, like a big girls. But yeah, under the collective bargaining agreement that they were able to settle, they announced that its first ever free agency period will begin at 12:01 a.m. on Friday, August 26th. So it was Friday.
It's happening.
So what that means is it allowed pending free agents to begin negotiations for their 2023 standard player agreements. I'm going to read this from the commissioner. It said, "This is a historic moment for our league and a moment that was 10 years in the making. The NWSL and NWSLPA agreed to introduce free agency earlier this year through collective bargaining. This is a moment to reflect on how far the league has come and to acknowledge the incredible service of our players, investments from our owners, sponsors, and broadcast partners, and critically, support from our fans." So, hey, I got something for that.
Oh. Hey, we got some applause.
They deserve two applauses. So, but yes, no, I mean, this is again another step in the right direction when it comes to being able to pay our players correctly and give them the options to negotiate and be a part of feeling like their worth is actually being compensated. So, good on them. That's exciting news, and yeah, see what happens.
I love it.
That. Yep.
Love to see it. Seems super professional. And, that's exactly what this league is. So lots of great moves coming from the NWSL over the last few weeks. And, it's just exciting to see where we're going to go and like how much more there is to come, because, this is not the end.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we know that every step forward we make is all because of the hard work that they've put into making sure that they get what they deserve. And
sorry, I got that song in my head. Every step you take.
Oh my gosh, really? Come on, Nina.
Sorry.
You need a nap, don't you?
I had a nap, but I could use some more. More naps, more better.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, do you have any other news that you would like to highlight at this point?
No, I think we've touched on most of it. I think the big thing will come towards the end. I know. Well, I mean, we'll just say it here. Get ready to black out the snap. I
Oh,
mean,
yes, the Snapdragon Stadium that we're gonna be going to for, the, San Diego game.
everybody
Exciting.
needs to get ready, get your car gassed up, start just putting your little stipend away for that trip down because we are going to black out the snap. Snapdragon is trying to break the NWSL attendance record that day.
I
And
have
you
no
know
doubt
what?
that they'll do it.
Ooh, a little shade there.
No, I have no doubt that
Oh,
they'll
I
break
thought you said
break
I doubt they'll do it.
No, 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 I have no doubt that they will break the attendance record. I mean, there's just I think
Mhm.
two people are too excited and too hype, and I mean, we all like to be a part of a record-breaking anything, so all you have to do is show up, and you're part of that if it goes out there as a record, so
That's
speaking of
true.
records, I did have one more thing that I wanted to say. Did you know that Trinity Rodman, who's
Yeah.
19, she is the highest paid player in the league history. She just had
Ooh,
a contract extension. She signed a 4-year, $1.1 million guaranteed contract with the Washington Spirit. Did you know that?
that's exciting.
Yeah. Anyways, I ran across that and I wanted to throw that in there. So I thought, while we're talking about record breaking and things that are happening that are new and things that are happening good with our players, she just signed a huge deal. So hey,
Get
show
your money,
her
girl.
the money.
Get your money. I
She
love it.
she is no longer Dennis Rodman's daughter. He is Trinity Rodman's dad.
100%. I love to see it.
Absolutely. So,
All right,
anyways,
let's
but yes,
dive into this lineup. What do you think?
yeah, let's do it. I will say, when I saw the lineup, the first thing I thought was, "I like this." I liked
For
it.
us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us,
For
I said,
Gotham, I felt kind of bad. And like they don't have their usual keeper. Things seem a little off. And we know this is a team that's kind of been struggling to like find their footing after we took every single one of their players and coaches from them.
yeah,
You know,
we
they've
picked we
struggled a
kinda picked
little
them
bit.
apart like your dad's car.
Yeah. That poor joke.
I'm just gonna keep going with it. Oh, but yes,
I
no,
mean,
when the lineup came out, I thought, "Ooh, I like this. This looks good. Let's see what happens."
it gives me the feels, you know. All right, let's start with Gotham though. Starting in goal, number 1, Betos, starting on their back line, number 28, Dorsey, 24, Johnson, 22, Freeman, 20, Smith. In the midfield, they had number
Midfield.
7, Zabroni, number 11, Krieger, number 19, Mewis, and that would be Christy Mewis for those paying attention at home. Up top, they had number 9, Kawasumi, number 25, Anamanu, and number 23, Purse.
All right, so let's get into Angel City's lineup. And of course, holding it down in goal, as always, we've got Didi Haracic. On our back line, we've got Tyler Lucy, Megan Reed, Paige Nielsen, and Allie Riley. She was sporting the captain's armband again. Midfield, we've got Danny Weatherholt, Savannah McCaskill, Carrie Riccaro, and then June Endo kind of hanging out mid forward position. And then up top, we've got Simone Charlie and Claire Emsley. So I like that. I mean, Charlie with the start.
I like it. I like it. And not to give too much away, but Charlie does end up playing the full 90 here. And I love to see that. I like to see that she's back and healthy and able to go for those full 90 because I think the energy she brings, you know, we did see that endurance. I felt like she was solid through the entire 90. So I was very happy with her up top.
Yeah, no, she was great. She was very important
Yeah.
in a lot of the plays. And we'll get into that and talk about that. But
Coming into this match, Gotham were on a 6-game losing streak and Angel City unbeaten in their last 4. So you know how we like our streaks.
we love to keep a good streak alive. And well, we kept them both going. So that's a good thing. I mean, if you don't know already, now you know.
Some big names in the building, though, and this is exciting. Eli Manning in the house for Gotham. And then for Angel City, we had Alexis Ohanian, Julie Ehrman, Kara Nortman, and Natalie Portman. And interestingly, Alexis Ohanian shows up for that because isn't Serena playing in like the last games of her career right now?
I think so. She's probably out in Queens playing out there in the tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know she won her match yesterday.
saw
Looking
that.
at it here. She plays tomorrow in the second round. And then yesterday, she did end up winning. So
cool. Well, I
pretty
mean, good on him being
exciting.
able to watch his wife and his team, his wife and his baby, basically,
Yeah.
play. That's kind of exciting. So yes, a very high profile event out there. And they play, of course, if you don't know, they play in Red Bull Arena, which is where the New York City Red Bulls do play from the MLS.
Mhm.
And so, yeah,
And I
let's
think
get
this was
into
their
it.
first game in Red Bull Arena since like early June. Like
I'm
they had been
sure they have
scheduled
lots of.
outside of it for a while.
Do they have conflicts with them or something? I don't know,
I
but
think there's
yeah,
scheduling conflicts and New York, New Jersey, they're trying to split their time. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure, but either way, it's a nice stadium. It's a nice soccer specific stadium for them to play in, and yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about this game because at least this is a lot more fun than some of the ones we've gotten to talk about in the past.
Yes, we like the fun games.
Yes.
They
All
make it
right.
better.
All right.
All right. Angel City kick off, as we said, in Red Bulls Arena. There's a long run by Gotham, but Riley is able to stay with her. And then we saw a great effort on the ball by Endo trying to keep possession as several defenders challenged her. But she's able to get that one away for a bit. Then Gotham try and cross it in and have a try. But you know what? Our defense looked pretty solid to start this match off.
Yeah, they definitely were holding it down. I got them, got a little speed under them early on, and a lot of stuff happened, and we'll get into that. But I liked what our defense was doing. They were sticking with them, and they were definitely not
Mhm.
allowing them to do a whole lot with the ball early on. But in the fourth minute, we are going to see Emsley. She's going to try to run it down the baseline. She grabs a ball, but unfortunately, it gets pushed out of bounds. It's pushed out by her, so it ends up being a goal kick. So nothing happens there. And again, we're going to see some more. I'm going to keep saying Riley's name because she was just on fire in this match.
Everywhere.
She was everywhere, and I loved seeing that. But our offense is still out there. We're still trying to find some momentum, I feel, and some cohesiveness. We're a little disjointed. Not a lot is coming together. We're not seeing a whole lot of cohesive playmaking happening. But we're getting there, and we're going to get there. But at this point, it's going to be all Gotham offensively. In the 7th minute, you're going to see a big save by Didi off a shot by Anamanu. And after she cuts by Reed, oh wait, sorry, I read that wrong. She's gonna cut by Reed is what's gonna happen, and that is how the shot gets off. Thankfully for Didi, she was able to be there for it. But
Yeah, and
unfortunately,
one of the things I think you noted in this and that I totally agreed with was that our passing almost looked a little bit off at this point. And to me, I saw exactly what you meant by that. It looked a little timid and unsure. We were making a lot of connections, especially in the back third, but it was a lot of horizontal passes, not really moving the ball up the pitch, which is fine when you're away. Like, don't get me wrong. But nothing seemed to have a crisp nature to it. It seemed like, I don't know where to pass it. You?
yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't very crisp, and it was easily intercepted many times, and yeah, it wasn't quite there. That, like I said, that the cohesiveness that we needed just hadn't quite found its way into this game yet, and we're about 10 minutes in, so hopefully we'll get it together.
Mm-hmm. In the 11th minute, we saw a long ball by McCaskill looking for Charlie, and she's actually called for a foul, and I didn't really see it. Charlie does put her hand on the back of the Gotham player, but
I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't really see it. I mean, I always thought it was very soft, and yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, we're gonna see a few plays that people might not agree with that have to stand because of the lack of VAR. There's nothing to go back and look at, and that's gonna happen
Tell me more.
that's gonna happen in the 12th minute, and this was chaos. I will say that. I remember looking at someone in at the House of Football, and it's like, "What is happening?" Like hands on the head. I'm like, I don't know. Like they can't do anything about it. But what we're referring to is there was what looked like a goal by Gotham,
It
but
was. It was a goal.
it's hard to say. I mean, the views I saw, I always remember you saying if you pancake a ball, the whole ball has to be over the line. And
Yeah.
I can't say that if you pancake that ball, it would be from the views that I saw.
I'm pretty like maybe Bally and Paramount have different camera angles. I don't know. But so what happens is Anamanu plays this ball in and it hits the post and then if you're on YouTube with us, it's gonna hit like here. and then it bounces backwards. And in my mind, it does cross the line, but Didi grabs that and has like a and she spins out a goal and runs to the 18-yard line and makes it look like the ball didn't cross.
Right. And again, that there's nothing you can do in that situation if you're Gotham. There's no VAR. Like they can't go back. And you in that moment you do feel for Gotham. You think, oh man, like they've had such a crappy run, these last several games. And that could have been the momentum that may have done something or sparked something for them. But unfortunately, it does exactly what everything else has done and probably just like shoots out their tires. And it's like, but then there's a corner kick. And
I don't know how. So in my mind, this is what freaks me out because, kitty boy. Hi, Harry.
Hi, guys. Yeah, on YouTube, you get to see little Harry. He just came and visited and got all up in the camera, so that was fun. But yeah, they had a corner kick.
Yeah, so the AR is calling this a corner kick because he says when Anumanu kicked the ball, it went out before it hit the post and bounced in the goal. What? I mean,
it's all, like I said, it was chaos. Was that their way of going? Do you think it was their way of saying probably was a goal, let's give them an opportunity?
No, so what I think actually happened is the AR actually saw it cross the goal line, but thought that it was on the other side of the post that Didi saved it for and didn't realize Didi pulled it out of the goal. That's my theory.
So he thinks that it went out that way. Well, anyways, it was chaos and we were all just like, oh my gosh. And thankfully
speaking of oh my gosh, as I think you were saying, then they get a corner kick and it's another close opportunity and Mewis actually bounces that one off the post.
Yeah, I mean, that was also another opportunity where I was like, what just happened? Like, did that go? I don't know. And they don't replay these things too much because it just allows us to nitpick the the refereeing, I think. So they probably are like, listen, if there's any close ones, don't replay it because we can't fix our mistake, unfortunately.
Seriously.
Anyways, either way, thankfully, nothing happened. It probably, if anything, probably irked them quite a bit, or maybe mentally kind of like damaged them some. And ACFC is thankfully, I told you they needed some rhythm. They needed to get things together. And who better than Savannah McCaskill to kind of lead the charge on kind of giving our offense exactly what it needed to get some momentum going. Because in the 16th minute, I'm going to let you say this because this was incredible.
You didn't want to pull in Christian to say this one? Like, he's a big Savvy fan.
He's not here, or would.
She nutmegs Zabroni on the baseline and puts it in the back of the net for her 6th goal of the season. Super exciting, leading the way for Angel City once again. This midfield is putting it down for us.
And what a cheeky little thing. She just sat there for just a second, just kind of like looking at her, and she's like, doop, kicks it right between her, runs around, and I mean, just rockets it back into the net. And I mean, it was exactly what needed to happen. Yeah, it was dirty. It's exactly what needed to happen for Angel City to kind of get their crap together. Oh, don't make notes. And so we're up 1-0. Like you said, it was her 6th shot of the season. Like you said, our midfield doing some things, and it wouldn't be the last from a midfielder in this match. But
no, it wouldn't.
We'll get that
first, we saw Charlie with a good one-on-one opportunity, but that's actually deflected for a corner. And then there was a bad Didi giveaway, but thankfully nothing came of it. Mewis' shot actually goes wide as she attempts to chip Didi. And, Didi has been passing around with the defense a lot. It's what I was saying earlier, we're passing it side to side instead of moving the ball up, and it's a little timid, and that's what happens is Didi plays that ball up looking for someone else, and, it wasn't quite crisp enough, didn't have enough oomph on it. And Mewis was able to try and take advantage there.
Yeah, we don't see Didi make very many mistakes. And even when she does, usually it's only one. So, not very worrying because I feel like, if anything, if she does have a bad giveaway, she's probably not going to do that again the whole game. She's probably the one who sees that and is probably harder on herself than anyone else. So, hey, glad it didn't turn into anything. And they get to kind of regroup And then we get to see in the 25th minute, we get to see some amazing footwork by Charlie. Man, when she can hold on to the ball, which she was doing a lot better in this game, and I love to see it. She's got some amazing footwork. She can control the ball so well, and she was able to get a shot off. It got a little deflected and bounced around, but Recaro, she was there. She has the rebound, and she slams it into the back of the net for her 4th goal in 5 games. She is on
Woo!
fire.
I absolutely love this. It was so exciting. And, just so happy for Recaro. She's actually a New York native. So I just hope that she had family in the crowd too that could celebrate with her, because let's remember, until this season in the NWSL, Recaro hadn't scored. That just wasn't her jam.
I mean,
or her jelly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. But apparently ACFC is her peanut butter, and she is the jelly. And they are just coming together and making a beautiful, beautiful thing happen, because
nice sandwich.
Love sandwiches. But yeah, she's been in the right place at the right time for several goals this season. And I love that for her, because she's so much fun. I mean, there was something on Instagram where they were like, who's the craziest one in the locker room? And I think it was Vanessa Gio was like, oh, that's not even a question. I mean, hands down, it's Carrie Recaro. And it's like a video of her like dancing in the locker room, and girls got some moves.
Yeah,
they're good, but she's got some moves.
Let us know in the chat too. Who's your favorite player? Are you big fans of Recaro like we are? Because I'm loving this energy. I'm loving that she's scoring for us. It's making me all feely feels. So speaking of feely feels, we had some feels here coming after the Recaro goal. Talk about your feelings, Amanda.
So I like Claire Emsley. We've seen her do some amazing things, but I've also seen her like with some poor giveaways, some missed opportunities. And again, right after that, she's got a bad giveaway, and she's going to give a 1v1 opportunity to Gotham. Thankfully, Reed is there to defend Purse. And I remember texting you and saying, man, like we really need Emsley to like step up. I need her.
Heard you.
I know she heard me, guys. She did. I did. I was like, she needs to like, collect herself a little, be a little crisper, be a little bit more aggressive in some opportunities. And again, I don't know how she heard me, but she must have, because in the 31st minute, Emsley with a rocket of a shot outside the box. Oh my God, it was beautiful. I love when they take those shots outside the box. They look so cool. And we are going to go up 3-0 in the 31st minute.
No, I remember as they're panning through the celebrations, and it's like a big sweeping pan to get to where she actually took the shot from, because she was not close to the goal. And I love it. I love it.
I do too. And again, right after, and maybe, I love that these girls, when they do something wrong or they have a misstep, it seems like they turn right around and are like, okay, I'm going to make up for that. And boy, did she, no one remembers the giveaway. We all remember the goal. So that's exactly what you got to do in that situation. And man, we've got a 3-0 lead, and we still have time to go before the half.
It was like they knew I needed it right off the bat. They were like, here, Nina's tie, like, let's give her a few goals, really rein her in here, give her something to sink her teeth into. And it worked out. I mean,
was that so you could take a comfortable nap and feel like you didn't miss anything?
I might have done that. I fell asleep. I'm sorry. I was so tired.
It's okay. It's okay. We forgive you, Nina.
I was dead exhausted, and Amanda texted me, and I looked back at my phone a few minutes later, and I texted her back, and she's like, where'd you go? I was like, I might have fallen asleep.
She took a nap.
I rewatched it.
Well, in that situation, if you're that sleepy and can't pay attention, just do the wave.
The solo wave. Just me sitting at my watching the game like.
Yep. Just do the wave. That'll entertain you. That's what it's for, right?
It's almost like squats at that point, isn't it, though?
Exercise. All right. Well, in the 36th minute, we're going to see Simone Charlie. She's going to have a nice little interception around the midfield, but she gets tripped up by Freeman, and that's going to earn her a yellow. Gotham is clearly being rattled at this moment. They seem like they're kind of, wheels might be falling off a little bit, as if I don't know how many wheels they had to begin with, but they're not looking great. They look like they're not really sure what to do. And
But you know who knows what to do? McCaskill. She has some great ball movement in the 39th minute, playing that ball to Lucy, to Charlie, and that goes just wide. And then in the 42nd minute, there's kind of a weird ball battle on the line with Reed, but, we're able to get through that. No stoppage time, and we go into half up 3-0. Not 3-1, 3-0.
Love that for us, because as all of you out there listening know, we have not been a strong second half team. So the more that we have going in as far as leads go, the better off we are, because we have unfortunately been kicked in the butt a few times this season. And I hate that. That can't be a great feeling, to go into the half feeling good, feeling up, and then, playing a decent, start to the second half, only to turn around and lose it in some way. That's just not a good way to lose a game. So I hope they had a good talk, obviously, at half. And we're not going to see. Clearly, they didn't want to change anything up. We had no substitutions for us. But I think Gotham. Had to think.
Yeah, Gotham have a sub. They sub out sub in Monahan for Purse, which is interesting. I'm just assuming it's a little fresh legs thing there, but we've seen Monahan do some great things for them before, but not so great things then, right as the half is starting off. In the 52nd minute, there is not a great clearance. It's, as you put it, a bad clearance by Riley, and Gotham are actually able to score. And that comes from Monahan.
Of course it is, off the sub, off the fresh legs, but she didn't even need the fresh legs for that goal. It was just a poor clearance right there in the box. And, it didn't take much for them to do that. And that's just been a problem that we've had from time to time. I would hate to know how many goals have been scored against us off of a bad clearance, or a clearance that should have happened that really didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's not so fun. And, Gotham did look strong in this half. Angel City kind of needed to settle down. And what we're looking for from a team that's up 3-0 is to hold that lead. We heard the other day that 2-0 is the worst lead in sports. So what is 3-0? Is that the best lead? I don't know. But
no lead is a great lead. I just need the game to be over.
Yeah, I know. When we're 3-1, I'm like, hold the ball, settle, hold it, settle, just wait. In the 57th minute, though, we still need to keep a little hustle up. Riley is trying, but she's actually called for a foul. Boo.
Boo on that. In the 61st minute, we're going to see a ball from Weatherholt into Charlie. It's a great crossover in the box. Great defense by Gotham, though, but we do get a corner kick out of it. And like I've said before, I love the ball control that Simone is giving us. We've seen her in the past, kind of in 1v1 opportunity stuff where, fortunately, she just loses the ball before she can do anything with it. And, she's been able to hold on to the ball and get some shots off. And I like that for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's been incredible to watch her. Like we said, she's going the full 90. So it's very exciting. In the 72nd minute, not so exciting when we see a yellow card issued to Didi for, of course, delay of game.
Do you think that was a little early to kind of do that? Or I was just curious. I mean, do you do that in the 72nd minute? Or
I just don't think you do it. I think it's a silly yellow card to try and pick up, because I think Didi has a few for the season already, and we don't really need her picking up a yellow in this situation. I think if she would have kicked the ball out, let somebody else hold it, then you don't have a delay of game situation. All you had to do is get the ball to anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was wondering. I mean, the 72nd minute, I mean, you still got probably 20 minutes of game left. I mean, anything can happen. And the last thing we want is for her to get a red card.
Exactly.
It's funny.
Exactly.
Funny saying that. We were watching the game. It was with Real Madrid and whoever they played. And it came down. Sorry, I didn't care that much. But Real Madrid, they were tied. And there was a PK that happened at the end of the game, and a defender had to come in because the PK was awarded because the goalkeeper got a red. So a defender had to come in and defend the PK that was going to ultimately put Real Madrid up. Actually, I don't even think it was a PK. I think it was actually a free kick right outside the box, but it basically should have been it was like a PK for someone who does not normally goalkeep. So,
that's rough.
You think about that situation, like you giving her a red card and having that, like, you don't want to see her put herself in a position where, a lead is easily lost to something like that. But
Mhm.
no, I was just kind of
It
curious.
worked out okay,
Sure, it
but
did. It did.
it's not one of those things where I would ever advise anyone on defense or and the keeper being a defender to have a yellow card
Yeah.
until maybe the 86th minute, 87th. I don't
Right.
know. It's not over till it's over. Um, we do have a few plays left in the match. So in the 84th minute, there's a great ball from Freeman to Monahan for a chance, but that one ends up going high. And we just got this sense that our defense kind of needed to tighten up. We were allowing too many runs into the box, and we needed to put that together, hold it down, and make it for the final minutes.
Yeah, and then in the 86th minute, we're going to see a free kick from Gotham. It's going to be headed to Herachich, but she is there to collect that ball. And then we are going to see some subs come in. We're going to see Le'Bion come in, and Hammond are going to come in. And then we're going to get
And
4
that's
minutes of
another little
stoppage.
like delay tactic, I feel like, on the part of Freya. When you do subs that late in the game, you're putting in some fresh legs to just lock it down. But it's also, let's see if it takes a minute. And Recaro, as she came out, I think definitely took a minute.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, they're certainly not running off to the side and going to allow, this game to have any more opportunities than it needs to. Speaking of Carrie, also, thank you. Her socks were up this game. I don't know if you noticed that, but it made me
Very
very
exciting.
happy. And clearly, it was a good luck charm. So,
Yeah. I mean, we had just under 4 minutes of stoppage time and a few rough moments, but we were able to hold on for that win. We get our revenge on Gotham, taking home the win 3-1, taking home the 3 points.
woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. You love to see it. These exactly what these girls needed. Was a win, was 3
Yeah.
points, was something to kind of boost their morale because at this point, every game is very crucial. Points are incredibly important right now, and they're going to be until the very last game. It's how this league has always operated. So good on them for heading all the way out to the East Coast and stealing 3 points from Gotham. I mean, maybe they just gave them to us. I don't know. But either way, they were
I think the
ours.
refs gave them to us a little bit because it would have been 3-2. So we still
3-2.
would have won.
But what I'm saying on that is you wonder how much that not having that goal affected them negatively, and if they had gotten that goal, if it would have
Oh, yeah.
affected them positively. So,
100%.
on the scoreline, it's 1 goal, but that does so much more at the end of the day for a team, either positively or negatively. So, I mean, clearly in this case, it certainly didn't give them a boost of morale, unfortunately. But hey, we were able to capitalize on it, and we walk away with 3 points. You want to go over the
Yeah.
stats?
Yeah, just some interesting stats here. And, it doesn't, it just goes to show you the most important stat line is the goal line. Gotham with 22 shots to our 13. About even on shots on target, though, with Gotham taking home 5, Angel City with 6. But possession, 63% to Gotham to our 37. Crazy. They nearly
it's not what it's not who has the ball, it's what you do with it.
Yeah. I mean, they outpassed us. They had better pass accuracy. Angel City only was 69% pass accuracy to Gotham's 81. Fouls were about even with 4 for Gotham, 6 for Angel City. Yellow cards even at 1-1. Offsides, 3 to Gotham, only 1 to Angel City. And corner kicks, 12 for Gotham, 3 for Angel City. So clearly the stats lines mostly trending in the favor of Gotham.
A
But
lot
the
of
goal
times
line
yes, a lot of
and the
times we
point.
have the opposite conversation where we lead in so many categories except the goal line. And,
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather it look this way and us win, but it also does clearly say that, okay, we can do better. We scored 3 times and this is what we looked like. So there are definitely some improvements that need to be made. And, I feel like we're going to look even better if we can kind of tighten those things up, create some more opportunities clearly. I mean, only 3 corner kicks, so we weren't doing a whole lot on their end of the field clearly, but either way, we got the 3 points. No one's complaining about that.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
still in 7th place in the standings. We do have a game in hand, though, or 2 compared to everyone above us on the table. We've got 25 points, and we're just 1 point behind those pesky Chicago Red Stars. That's 1 point coming from a draw. We did beat Chicago in head-to-head. So with 1 extra point, 1 extra draw, we would move into playoff position. But we're also not far behind many other people. When we look at what 28 points would get us, it would take us to 5th on the table. So
I mean,
1
yeah.
more win would be enough to get us nicely into that playoff spot.
Listen, we have 2 games in hand to San Diego. If we won both those games, we're tied.
Mhm.
I mean, so again, this this league again, it goes down to the very last amount of points that are out there, and nothing is written in stone right now. We're hanging out right where we need to be. And I mean, who do we have coming up next?
Our next matches are kind of doozies because we've got on September 5th, which is Labor Day. We've got the Copa Angelina, so we will be playing against the U.S. Mexico's women's national team, which will be super exciting. Can't wait for that. Nice little friendly match. And then on 9/11 against the number 2 Houston Dash.
Ooh.
And then 9/17, don't forget, we go down and play San Diego. How does he say it?
San Diego. I mean, I can tell you what he really calls it, but
Yeah, that's not appropriate.
it is not
But
appropriate.
in between going down to San Diego and Houston Dash, we're going to sneak in a match with North Carolina Courage because why not? So
I know.
very busy schedule, as we've mentioned here. What I'm going to be looking for is a win against Dash, a win against Courage, and ideally taking it to them at
San
the
Diego.
snap.
Hey, listen, I have no doubt that we can do it. I hope we're not missing anybody. That's all. I still don't know what these call-ups are going to do to it. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that all plays out. But I mean, I think we definitely can. Like I said, Emsley, I like seeing her step up. I liked seeing Simone up there. She definitely was doing some great things with the ball. Somebody I didn't notice much in this match, though, was June Endo.
Yeah.
I didn't
She
see
did
much
a
with
few
her.
things, but she kind of flew below the radar this match.
Right. So, and I know she has the capability to be impactful. So, if she can insert herself a little bit more into plays, I think that would be a good thing. But either way, we got 3 points. We're chilling in 7th there. No big deal. We're 4 points clear of people below us. So, not too worried about the people below us at this point.
Yep.
I feel like
6
we have
games
all
to go.
Yes, I feel like we still have a lot of the advantage in our standings and where we're at. So, would you like to grace our ears with a quote for
I would
everybody?
love to. This one comes from our coach, Freya. This was a huge win for us. If you're looking at our journey and what we wanted to accomplish this year, that was a crucial step for us and one that keeps us in the hunt for playoffs.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I think this is huge for their morale and their mentality. And I hope that they can harness this momentum going forward and use it in these games and just know that they are good enough and that they can do hard things, as I've heard before. So, anyways, that's all we got for you all in this lovely little recap. And we will talk to you again very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
And here's our fluff. It's always hard to buy when we're on video.
I know it is. I wish.
All right.
Hold on. I have to do this. Give me a second. I know. Right. Hold on.
What are you doing?
This is what has been happening. This is what's been happening this whole time.
Oh, the baby.
He's been laying on my lap this whole time. So he's like a little heater, unfortunately, and I am sweating. So, anyways, I just thought you would like.
They're getting so big. They're so cute.
Yeah.
So let's talk kitty news for a second, though, because something big happened in their lives.
Yeah.
They lost.
Hold on. I have to fix stuff now that I ruined it.
Oh, gosh. Nobody get car sick on us.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they lost their manhood, guys. They lost their manhood. Yeah, we took them to get neutered because that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I can only do this with one hand, so this is weird.
I was gonna say we're losing you a little bit. Yeah, so all 3 boys, you dropped them off. If you wanted to show us your abs, girl, you could have just stood up.
Sorry, I'm trying. I don't know how to use this. This is not my camera. Anyway.
Oh dear Lord.
I mean, I'm doing this with one hand. I don't know. It just keeps falling. I don't know how you did this.
How did you?
This is stupid.
Too much Bailey's in your coffee.
God.
So Monday morning, you woke up and you dropped the 3 boys off.
Yes, Monday morning we had to take all 3 of the kittens and we had to have. I'm glad this worked for the pod. Whatever, I don't care. We took them to get their testicles removed. I'm going to say this the correct way. They got neutered, all 3 of them. It was fantastic.
And you told me they use just like skin glue on them, and that they don't have cones, but you were just told have them not play.
Yeah, they have sutures under the skin, but the skin itself is just skin glue. So he's upside down. So just have to keep an eye on it. And they're like, yeah, if you could just make sure they don't like run and jump and play for like 5 to 7 days. I'm like, okay, you're gonna come over here and help me. There's
Have
3
you
of
met
them.
these boys?
Have you met these boys? That's all they do is play. They are 5.5 months old. And they weigh just over 7 pounds, if you're wondering.
Oh,
yes, they're so cute.
They're growing up so fast.
They are.
So I keep getting texts too from places where there are fosters needed. So anyone out there who's thinking about fostering, literally as we were recording, I got another one.
Yeah.
From Foster Pets. Oh, there.
Yeah.
So please, if you are thinking that you could potentially foster animals, I have gotten 1, 2, 3 texts today.
Oh yeah, there's a huge need. I mean, it's like kitten season, and that just means in the I think in the spring when they mate and everything, then they have all these kittens, and now all these kittens don't have homes, and they're all just homeless. So,
and this one's not even a kitten, the most recent one. This is a 13-year-old.
Oh, just go get her.
I know, right?
She's okay. JR will be fine.
It's just so hard. But yeah, if you're thinking of fostering, there are lots of animals out there that need help. But let me tell you a little bit about Colorado Springs. Let me give you
I was going to add
one if you're driving out there. All right. Beautiful area. You can either fly into Denver or you can fly into Colorado Springs directly. Denver is about an hour drive from Colorado Springs, but weather incredible. It was like 80 degrees the whole time, but it didn't feel hot because it wasn't humid. It was like a dry heat. So make sure you bring your lotion. No real problems with bugs though. Like I didn't really get any like mosquito bites or anything, which is also really nice. We had a little bit of rain while we were out there. It tends to like thunderstorm at night, but it's very quick and passes after about 30 minutes. And then
did you get to sleep during a thunderstorm?
No, it would end. It would be over.
I was going to be super jealous if you got to lay in bed while it thundered, because that's one thing I really miss about the Midwest is just a good thunderstorm as I'm falling to sleep. Oh, nothing like it. If you haven't ever experienced it, just
YouTube
take just take a trip to like the Midwest during a time whenever there's thunderstorms. And I mean, watch out for tornadoes, but
it was
those aren't fun.
So cool and beautiful. It was all green and perfect, like just fun things to do around the area. So we went to Red Leg Brewery, which was a nice little hangout spot with a bunch of like shipping containers that had been converted into like different eateleries.
Oh, it's like Austin. They have that.
It was super fun. So we got to do like a welcome thing there for everyone. Oh, hello.
I hope he doesn't turn this off.
And then we also had an event at Garden of the Gods. So that's like the big thing to do while you're there is to go walk around and see these amazing peaks and things like that right below Pikes Peak, which is another fun thing to do. You can take a train up, drive up, or hike up, depending on your mobility. But, he typed.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he typed on the line where it said kitties.
Oh.
But
yeah, I'll move him.
Absolutely beautiful scenery. Definitely biggest thing to do in Colorado Springs is just to literally look at nature and be one with nature, which is amazing. But we also found some fun stuff. We went to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum, which I posted a few pictures from there. They had quotes on the walls from Serena and Mia Hamm.
Talk about your little athletic endeavor.
Yeah. So one of the fun things there is you can try your hand at some of the Olympic events. And I raced an Olympian.
Who won?
Not me. By a lot.
She's done before you started?
Basically. No, it doesn't show you the exact start point, but it's insane. Like you get to see, like we always joke when it comes time for the Olympics that we want to see a regular person do it just to see how hard it really is.
Yes.
Oh my God. So they do like this whole training thing and we got to run a little very short course track. It takes like 6 seconds to run it at my speed, so that tells you something. But you get to race an Olympian, and it's all digital and things like that. But as you walk up, everything like greets you like, "Hi, Nina. Here's some information you might enjoy. Let's look at some athletes from your hometown," things like that. So it was pretty cool. It was fun.
That's fun.
And then we walked across the street to the Switchbacks, which is a USL team in Colorado Springs, and they have this amazing brand new stadium. Absolutely gorgeous. We walked in there, just not really thinking anything. And I turned to the guys at the box office and I'm like, "Do you guys do tours by chance?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. We'll grab somebody to come take you inside." They're like, "Oh, you should have been here an hour ago. You could have met the team. They were in training. The coach is right here. We said hi." They walked us through all the club spaces, everything. And it's beautiful. Brand new stadium, seats about 8,000 people. But they do about 15,000 for concerts. So absolutely incredible. They said their tailgate scene is wild. They have a good time there, and I could tell. And it's right near downtown Colorado Springs, which has a bunch of different restaurants and bars and things like that. And we enjoyed ourselves thoroughly on that as well.
Yeah, I've never been to Colorado.
Very worth it.
I would love it. That's where a lot of runners go to train because of the high altitude.
Yes.
So if they can run what they want to run as far as distance and speed wise there, then it's like 10 times easier if they go somewhere else and run. So yeah,
absolutely. It's actually, they have the Olympic training facilities there where athletes are constantly training and trying to push themselves. And the Switchback Stadium is actually the highest altitude stadium in the country because it's higher than Denver.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, I would love to go. It looks beautiful. I've heard nothing but great things about it. And yeah, I mean, I didn't see much from you out there on social media, but what I did see was nice. And it looks like you had a good time. And I think the wedding all went well and the venue was beautiful. And we're glad you go. You still have your nails done?
Yeah. So this is about 2 weeks ago now. But my friend Melissa did them. Anyone who's interested can hit her up online. It's X Moonlight Nails X. Just search Moonlight Nails. But she did these a week and a half ago.
They're perfect.
They're still crazy good. I can't believe it. And I'm not gentle.
Were you wrestling a bear while you were there?
They do have bears, but I did not wrestle one, thankfully.
That's good. I appreciate that.
But overall, fun trip. 10 out of 10 recommend Colorado. 0 out of 10 recommend Phoenix. Because we had to fly back through Phoenix, and that was not fun.
I was like, what about Phoenix? I didn't even know anything about that.
Our flight was delayed. We landed at 8:00 and all the restaurants were already closed. So I was hangry as hell.
No way, you?
I was ready to kill people for food. Ready to kill. And they're like, "No, sorry. We close the restaurants when the last flight leaves." And I'm like, "The last flight hasn't left." They're like, "Oh, we can't do anything about delays." I'm like, "It doesn't matter. My flight was originally scheduled for 9:50. It's 8:00. Where's food?"
Who'd you fly on?
Southwest.
I mean, that's terminal stuff anyways. That's not flight stuff. But
yeah. Well, I talked to one of the people there because you know me. The restaurants are actually all supposed to stay open until 10 p.m. That's like in their contract. But I guess they're currently allowed to do COVID hours or something. But it's just
stop.
Yeah. No, get out of here. Give me my food. When I'm the only person walking around wearing a mask, don't talk to me about your COVID hours.
Screw your COVID hours.
I was angry. And
all right. Well, we have, literally like almost 2 weeks till the next game.
And then it's going to be game.
And then game. Now, I don't count Copa Angelina, I guess. I mean, because that's on the 4th. But then we have our next game's a week after that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then game.
Yeah, we have nothing. We have nothing technically regular season for 12 days. And then we have Sunday, and then like Wednesday, and then like Saturday, and then like Tuesday or something. Like it's sorry, I'm just guessing based on the day. And then on the 25th, I mean, yeah, it's insane. Like I just don't understand the scheduling. I mean, in 14 days, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, I'm only watching Harry behind you.
Oh, awesome. 14 days, we have 5 games, yet we'll go 11 games without any. Someone help me here. Like, poor girls.
It doesn't make sense.
Hopefully. Oh, where'd you go?
I'm putting Harry back. Oh, you have 2.
Oh, I do. Hi. Look, I do. Oh, yeah. I didn't even know. Harry is can you see him?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. And then Huff was on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're listening in your
Oh.
car, definitely tune into YouTube if you wanna see, Kitty Mania. All
No,
right,
they're
well,
not allowed to run or jump or spree. I don't even know what the
I don't know. They can't do that either, whatever you just said.
Yeah. Good
No.
time to end it right here. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I think it's dinner time for everyone, so we will talk to you again probably after Copa Angelina.
Yeah, let's
Well,
do it.
all right, guys. Till next time.
See ya.